Your opening thoughts from the game, and then we'll open up for questions after that.
Well, obviously excited to get win number one and be able to be in the Holman Center in front of our fans and the support, and to play this first game against a non-Division I opponent, and to see the crowd that was there tonight was absolutely fabulous. And it was really beneficial for all of our new guys. They got to understand what it means to put on Indiana State uniform, to play in front of these fans, and to compete, and to see the crowd out there with the noise. The forest was great, and to be able to just feel that and experience that. Those are the things that this team needs, and I'm very appreciative of everyone that showed up tonight.
What did you see on the transition game? It seemed pretty fast and smooth.
That's our goal. We want to play extremely fast. We're trying to play at 80 plus possessions a night, and in order to do that, we've got to get more stops. But at the same time, when we do get stops, we got to throw the ball ahead. And I felt like in the first 5 to 7 minutes of the game, we were over dribbling at times and we missed guys up the floor. But as the game wore on, I felt like our constant pressure on the rim wore them down, and our guys got more comfortable trusting their teammates and passing the ball ahead, which was a really good sign.
Game 2 for Teal, another 20 points. I mean, Savage just continuing to bring it.
Yeah, no, he's a really, really good player, and we're going to count on him for a lot this season. And he's got to balance when to score, when to distribute, and it's going to just take some time. Everybody, there's a bunch of new teammates out there, and guys flying around, and playing with a lot of different lineup combinations. Obviously, we're going to have a whole new lineup combination on Tuesday because Aaron Gray wasn't here tonight. Camp Wagner didn't play. So just continuing to find the right 8, 9, 10 guys that we can consistently count on. And I think it's going to be a month or two before we even figure that answer out.
Coach, for you, I mean, first win as Sycamore head coach. We did get you with the water.
They did.
What was the moment, winning this first game? Hopefully the first of many.
Well, I went into shock completely. It was cold. They got the cold water. I'm gonna have the managers to make sure if when that happens again that they get the warm water back in the closet. But I did tell them this. Obviously, I'm very appreciative. That was really nice of them to do. But I told them the next time I get water dumped on me, it's after we cut down some nets. That's what I want. I want that water over everybody when we cut down nets. That's the goal. It was very nice. Number one is great to get. I'm appreciative of everyone that allowed me to be in this seat. But, we're bigger things to come.
On the rebounding, they were all over the glass tonight. So what do you see there? Has that been a big emphasis?
Yeah, so we've got to do two things. One, we've got to do a better job of going and making initial contact with the guys and then go and pursue the ball. Tonight, when they would shoot threes, we would turn and run at the rim and the ball would bounce over our head. It happened a couple times. So really it comes down to being more disciplined, holding your position, and then going to pursue the ball. The shot would go up in the air and we'd just turn and run in there like we were going to be bigger, stronger, more athletic. And honestly, on long threes, the ball bounces over your head and they get it. And all of a sudden, once you are in a scramble situation, it's hard to get back set.
The three-point shooting obviously isn't where you want it to
Right.
be, later in the year. But are you pleased with the fact that the guys are still not being afraid to throw it up, even when the shots aren't falling?
No, absolutely. That's part of how we want to play. We're a team that we need to be able to make threes at a very high rate, and it's one of those deals where we're probably going to shoot half of our attempts are going to be threes. And that's just the way the college game, the pro game, that's how it's played now. So we've got to do a better job of generating the best shot that we can. And for the most part tonight, I don't think we took many bad threes. We just got to make more of them. And as long as we continue to take good ones, I'll live with the results of that.
And the chemistry. I mean, again, these guys are all still new with
Yep.
one another, but you saw it in the second half, after Marcus's dunk especially. You
Yeah.
saw everyone just kind of jump and start celebrating for one another. It feels like this team's bonding.
And that's you're exactly right. And that's the great thing about this team. We have really good guys on this team. And, I wish I could play all of them 30 minutes a night. So, guys are going to be mad at me and things like that when they don't play as much, but that's part of being on a team. And what I really enjoyed seeing was the joy that those guys had on the bench when other guys were being successful. And ultimately, I told them in the locker room, that's what the fans want to see. They want to see you play hard, share the basketball, and when the guys on the floor are doing well, they want to see the bench. People notice that here. You're in Indiana. This is a basketball crazy state. If you're in another state, fans may not pay attention to the bench after a good play. People here in Indiana do, and they appreciate guys that are great teammates. And we talk about that all the time, getting better every single day and being a great teammate. And I think our guys are really working towards that.
Coach, obviously, early in the season, you said, it's about seeing the growth in this team, seeing
Yep.
these guys kind of come together, figuring out what's working out there. I mean, through 2 games, what have you noticed between game 1 and game 2, and what can you take forward into Tuesday night?
Well, it's a great question, and the answer is it's really hard to tell, and honestly, because you're talking about an FAU team that, in my opinion, is an NIT team, at least a top 75, 85 type team. We'll see how that plays out, but I think they're really talented. And again, you play a non-Division I team, and I mean no disrespect to them, but sometimes it's hard to grade between the two. I think, and also not having Aaron and Camp available to play tonight. So I think, to more fairly answer your question, it's probably going to play itself out in 2 or 3 more games to kind of see where we are. But I do like the fact that from tonight, we did a better job throwing the ball ahead. We did a better job of spacing the floor. Those things were certainly positive.
Anything else?
Will Camp be back on Tuesday?
That's my hope. I think he will be back. Just dealing with some inflammation in his knee, and I think Aaron on the side of caution. It's I told him it's a long season, and we want you healthy as you can be, and so I anticipate him practicing on Sunday and being available Tuesday.
Coach, with Gray out, you went with that 2 big lineup in Derek Burst. What was kind of the decision behind that, and think you'll maybe continue to?
Yeah, we're gonna look at a lot of different lineups. So anything is really up for grabs right now. We talked about as the season goes, and we're gonna look at playing Marcus and Derek some together. Playing Aaron at the 3 spot to be really big, and then sometimes we're gonna look at maybe even playing Aaron at the 5 and being really small depending on our opponent. So. A lot of different combinations to try and figure out, and that's why this team's going to continue to evolve throughout the season. And ultimately, we've got to get to a place where we get into February and we get comfortable with the rotation and we get comfortable with our different lineup combinations. And that's also the exciting thing, though, for our players in that locker room. They know they have an opportunity on any given night to show how they impact winning. And I stress that to them all the time. It's not show me how many points, rebounds, assists, steals. It's how you impact winning. And the guys that impact winning and the group that can do that the most together, those are the ones we're going to continue to play.
Anything else? Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
Cool. Thanks, guys.